this week's Goddess Energy Forecast, where each week we share with you divine guidance on where you need to place your attention, your focus, your energy, and also bring through frequencies to help you heal, to inspire you, to empower you, and to uplift you. Here's your host, Abigail Mensah-Bonsu, with this week's Goddess Energy Forecast.
So, hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am the founder and creatrix for the Moon Goddess Academy and the Moon Goddess Publishing. And this is something that I do on a weekly basis to teach you how to be conscious about the energies that are always coming through, the cosmic, divine energies that are always coming through to support us on our journey. And I love doing it. So if you do, make sure you go ahead and like this video or heart this video, post a comment, share it with people that you know might benefit from it, and also subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to, if you're listening to it on my podcast, go ahead and subscribe there. If you're listening to it on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe there. Thank you for receiving it. So shall we begin? This week, so if you remember, we've been in eclipse season, starting with the new moon in Aries, right? It was the new moon in Aries, and then with the solar eclipse. Well, this week we have the full moon in Scorpio with the lunar eclipse. We're going deep. We are going deep. We're diving deep here. So this week, I mean, we're dealing with full moon. We're dealing with Scorpio energy, which is like deep water. Water represents emotions, right? So we're going to be diving deep into our emotions to do some release in there. Like we're getting down to the roots of things and uprooting anything that it needs to go at this time. And then Luna, bringing in that lunar energy with the eclipse, which gives it even more like in depth, like we're going deeper. So this might be a very emotional week for many people. I know I'm already feeling it. On top of that, we're also transitioning from, from April into May, right, into a new month. And so we have that, that switching of energy. And I believe May's energy, let me just make sure real quick. So April was the month of blossoming, and May is the month of beauty. And we're moving from the conscious self to the sensitive self. This is huge here because, again, we're working with that lunar energy, we're working with the full moon energy, and we're working with Scorpio, with the eclipse too, right? All of that is taking us, it's connecting us to that sensitive self. So what does the sensitive self mean? It doesn't mean someone who cries all the time. It's someone who's in touch with the emotions, right? It's about emotional mastery. It's about understanding your heart. It's about understanding your intuitive gifts. That's huge when it comes to the sensitive self. It's really about our intuitive superpowers, right? So we're talking about emotions, we're talking about our superpowers. That should give you a clue about the connection there between our hearts and our intuition, right? But we're really diving in deep this week. So be gentle. If there's anything, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Continue. Again, we're in that, eclipse season. So continue to check in with your body. Continue to love on your body. What does your body need so they can, adjust to the energies that are flowing in very intensely. And have compassion for others who might be struggling this week with such intense full moon and eclipse, right? So, what do you need to surrender this week in order for things to open up for you? What is some of the root stuff that no longer serve you, that you are ready to release it, not just like a little bit released, but like gone, done with it, goodbye. So go into that deep level, go into the root level to completely remove it so you don't ever have to work with it again. And what I'm getting is that some of the things that will be removed from your journey, from your energy field, it might not be something that you're even conscious of, but your guides, your soul knows that it's time for it to go. Otherwise you can't get to where you're trying to go to, or you can't create what you're trying to create. So there's an unconscious uprooting happening, just as there's a conscious uprooting happening. So again, be gentle with yourself. We don't know how that's going to look like, how that's going to show up for each person, right? But being open and surrendering to the process will make the whole thing easier, especially when you remember that everything has happened for you, not against you. Everything has happened for you, not against you, right? All the energies that are coming through this intense eclipse and full moon, all of that is to help us to release the things that we've been struggling to let go for a long time. And even to the, to the level of the things that we didn't even know we could let go. We are not even aware of, but needs to go. The divine energies are coming in to help us to release that. So all we can do is get out of the way so that what needs to be done can be done. This is the surrender piece that came through for us this week. The word for this week is surrender. What do you need to surrender? Whether you surrender or surrender to, in order for things to open up for you. And that is why, when I saw surrender, I was like, perfect. I have the perfect, deck that we can use. Is the Powerful Surrender cards by Judith Orloff. I love this deck. Is very powerful. So that's what we're going to be using. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get centered. Let's get connected. And then from there, let's open up to receive what this week has in store for you. There's something else coming through. Your first surrender. Shall we? So close your eyes, taking a deep breath in. Begin to breathe into your body, breathe into your heart. Go ahead and call all your energy, all your awareness, all your attention back to you now. In this moment, it is a gift. This presence is a gift. Be fully present in your body, in the process. And now go ahead and open up your heart. So imagine like you have a flower in your heart. And with your breath, imagine the flower opening up. And when it does, see this pillar of light move from the center of the flower up through your channel, all the way up into the heavens. And it plugs right into the heart of Source. And again, bring your awareness to your heart again, the center of that flower, and then send another channel down all the way into the earth. And there, go ahead and plug into the heart of the Divine Mother. And now open yourself up to receive the divine nectar from above and below, from the heart of the Divine Father and the heart of the Divine Mother. Bring it all the way up. Let it merge into your heart. And when they do, begins to expand and almost like pulsate. And from this place, go ahead and call in your higher self to be present in your heart, to be in your heart, to be embodied within you. And welcome his or her presence within your heart. The moment your higher self steps in, that ball of light I feel like it clicks. Like it clicks in. And it begins to create another layer that expands out all around you. So there's that ball of light within your heart. It reminds me of a generator. Like that's the word that's coming through. It's like a generator, which I really love, because with that generator, that means around you, you're creating a magnetic field, which will attract to you what you desire. And you're doing this from a place of alignment. You're connected to above and below, and you are, sending out that magnetic field to draw to you from that place of balance, from that place of alignment. So allow that outer layer to just come all around you, creating a crystal bubble of light. Go ahead and call in your guides and guardians, your divine posse, to come in and surround you, surround that bubble of light with a golden circle of light, and breathe in as all your guides and support, divine support system of the highest light begin to show up. And I see them like holding hands and creating this, that golden thread that weaves through all of them. And thank them for showing up for you and choosing to come in to work with you and guide you and love you and assist you and support you. And from this place, go ahead and ask, which of these messages is for me this week? Where do I need to surrender or surrender into in order for things to open up for me? 1, 2, or 3. Once you have received your number or numbers, go ahead and open your eyes, open your heart, and be ready to receive. So the process is quite simple. That's what I love about these cards, is to the point. It's not like a long message. It's just, let's cut to the chase, right? So if you received 1, this week is about you're being asked to surrender to your creativity. I love this so much because that creativity piece matches perfectly with that Scorpio energy, right? So you're being asked to surrender to creativity. What does creativity mean to you? It's up to you. It might be dancing, it might be hiking. It's anything that lights your heart on fire. Anything that you do that lights your heart on fire. It's also your soul's way of expression. So here's the message that comes with this card. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Again, this card goes perfectly with what I was talking about before, right? So card number 1, this week is all about surrendering to creativity. Open up your imagination. Card number 2, if you receive card number 2, you're being asked to surrender your obsessive thinking this week. Surrender your obsessive thinking. And I feel like a part of this surrender is for you to connect to your heart. Get out of your mind and into your heart. Remember, we're still in Mercury retrograde till May 14th or 15th. And so we're still being asked to get out of our heads and into our hearts. So this is going to be huge for you if this is your card this week. And here's the message. If you are obsessing over a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity and even solve the problem. So you're being asked to, instead of ruminating on the problem, give it over to the higher power. Give it over to God. Give it over to your higher self. Give it over to divine universe, whatever you call the higher power. Give it over to Gaia. Surrender it to a higher power. Surrender it to a higher power to help you resolve it. I love this card. I love it. All right. If you received card number 3, this week is all about surrendering the habit of people pleasing. This card, when I saw it, I giggled because early today I went to Target to adjust my glasses because it's been loose. And the woman who was helping me, she started telling me her story because she asked me what I do. I told her what I do in the simplest way. And she started telling me about how she's working on stopping, or, what do you call it? People pleasing, and how hard it is, especially when it comes to her family, and how she's working on that. And also letting go of people who no longer want to accept the part of her that won't people please anymore. And so I thought it was funny that this card comes in. And if you're someone who people pleases, let it go. It's time. One thing that she said that, what, they're happy when I people please, and they're still, they're not happy when I don't. And I was like, yeah, because you're not overgiven to them. They like it when you overgive. But when you say no and you start to empower yourself, they lose out because they don't know how to empower themselves. And by you saying no to that, you are inviting them to learn how to empower themselves. So if you receive 3, this week is all about surrendering the habit of people pleasing. Remember what is coming through. This is between you and the divine. You know, you know it if you're a people pleaser. And you also know that it needs to stop for your own health and wellness, for your peace of mind, your peace of heart. It needs to stop. So here's the message: speak your needs and be true to yourself. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Focus on your own happiness instead of trying to make everyone else happy. I feel like this is totally Scorpio energy. Scorpio is going to be coming in very strong with you in releasing this habit and bringing that energy back to you. So calling back your energy this week is going to be huge for you. You can use that mantra: I call back to me now all my power, all my energy, all my light. I am whole. I am complete. Bring the awareness, bring the attention back to yourself, to your heart, what lights you up, and do more of that. Yeah. Card number 3, surrender to the habit of people pleasing. So, like I said, we're keeping it nice and simple, but the energy is going deep. And that is why it's calling for that nice and simple, right? Because we're doing the deeper work. And Spirit is here, fully here, to help us to surrender and uproot the things that needs to be uprooted. Yeah. All right, that's it for this week. Remember to be gentle with yourself. We're still in Mercury retrograde. This is also an eclipse with a full moon in Scorpio. I mean, full moon alone is intense. And then you add on Scorpio energy and eclipse energy, just like the new moon in Aries was intense. This is also going to be an intense week. So really be gentle with yourself. Slow down. Remember, Mercury is asking you to slow down. If you slow down, this process will be much smoother. It doesn't mean that there won't be challenges, but you'll be able to move through it with ease if you surrender this week. All right, my loves. Thank you all for receiving this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. Until next time, bye.